Well, it seems as if the COD cycle is back in full effect, and what I mean by that is, you guys know this diagram here, it's just the typical COD fan, right? Last year's game was so much better, this year's game sucks. This time though, instead of fans going back to Vanguard and saying that game was good because, well, we all know that game was absolute trash, people are actually starting to go back to the original Warzone, and I've been saying this since day one. I think Warzone 1 is probably the best game we've gotten, at least in the last 5 years now. A lot of people are just simply burnt out on BRs as a whole, and I get that, okay, I really do. But even if you're not a fan of them, I think most people could enjoy the super fast-paced action that Rebirth Island had to offer, and well, it was a pretty big success. Anyways, I'm not really here to debate whether Rebirth or Warzone or whatever is a good game, okay? We can do that later. Today, though, I'm here to squash a bit of a conspiracy theory, okay? I do appreciate a good conspiracy theory every now and then, don't get me wrong, but, you know, there's some of them that are just so far-fetched, it's really not possible, guys, okay? So the other day, Call of Duty puts out a tweet, run it back this weekend in Warzone 2, where's the squad dropping? Pretty lame tweet, right? Pretty lame to me, but Swag replied to this saying, we on Warzone 1, lil bro. Not to mention, okay, a fat ratio on this tweet. Anyways, if you hop over on Kick or Twitch right now and just pull up one of your favorite, you know, big name Warzone streamers, they're probably playing Warzone 1 right now. It seems to be the newest thing. Like I said, the COD cycle is in full effect at the moment. Now, here's where things kind of start to take a turn, alright? So there's this conspiracy out there that Activision is actually paying people to hack Warzone 1 and go out there and essentially stream snipe these people, where Activision is kind of like putting a bounty on Tim the Tatman or whoever's head, right? And they don't care if you cheat, they don't care if you watch their stream, they don't care. They just want you to kill the big streamer, frustrate them, and get them off Warzone 1. I know it may sound crazy, but just type it in on Twitter and you will see thousands of comments of people just saying crap like this. Even bigger names like Modern Warzone, who, yeah, don't have the greatest impression of this guy, but, you know, here's what he says. A company is paying cheaters for bounties on famous Warzone streamers like It's Iron. The cheater gets paid for every kill they get on certain streamers that the company handpicks. This particular company is doing so because they don't want people on Warzone 1. And you know, it's one thing for PussSlayer69 to tweet that out, but whenever a larger name in the community like Charlie Intel or Modern Warzone, even though they might not be the most reliable sources, you know, they do have a following and they do slightly influence people's opinions. All I'm gonna say is after this tweet, a bunch of smooth-brained losers just started going crazy on Twitter and actually believing that Activision is paying these people. I mean, should I edit that out? Probably. I think I'm gonna leave it in there though. Guys, here's the thing. I don't have any proof, right? I don't work at Activision. I don't have any insiders over there at Infinity Ward. But just think about this from a logical perspective, right? Like, just a normal functioning human brain should have enough knowledge and power inside it to understand that doesn't make any sense. Now, obviously, Activision wants people to play their newest game because, you know, that's where they're promoting content and that's where they're trying to sell bundles and things like that. But let's not forget here that Activision also owns Warzone 1, right? Like, if you buy a bundle on Warzone 1, they're still collecting your money. There's not really a form of competition here, and, you know, it would make sense if, like, EA, you know, was paying people to just stream snipe big name streamers, but again, it's Activision, it's Infinity Ward, it's the same people, it doesn't make any sense. So I think we can kind of debunk that theory, because even though you're playing Warzone 1 instead of the newest one, if you spend $15, guess what? Activision still gets all 15 of it. It doesn't matter. Next, the idea of big names having bounties on them. You know, if Nick Merckx came back, would Activision necessarily pay a Joe Schmo to go out there and stream snipe him? What sense does that even make? Not to mention, some people are claiming Activision is purposely letting these individuals cheat in order to get these, or, you know, fulfill these bounties. Guys, it just doesn't make any sense. How does Activision profit off of doing that? And why do they need to? Like, people do that for free in their free time. Like, why would Activision need to pay someone? I get the ultimate goal of doing this is to essentially just piss off the streamer enough to a point where they're like, I'm done with this game. I'm going back to Warzone 2. But if this happens on Warzone 1, you're not going back to Warzone 2. And with that being said, I'm sure the amount of cheaters in Warzone has been, increasing drastically over the last couple weeks. But it's not Activision giving cheats away or paying people to cheat on their game. Guys, Activision has never done a good job of, essentially keeping up with the firewall on their old games. Just to give you an example, I play on PC, and if I want to go play anything before Black Ops 4, I can pretty much just chalk it up. I'm going to run into a cheater at some point in time. And, there's only going to be like 3 lobbies that exist, and there's probably someone cheating in all 3 of them. So, that's just how Activision has always operated. It's not like they're giving cheats away to people. It's just, they don't necessarily keep up with the security of the game. Therefore, a bunch of people spend a lot of time breaking down the code, making cheats, and that's just a wrap. That's how it works. But is Bobby Kotick really sitting up there in his CEO office just mailing out cheats to a bunch of random people on the internet? Again, I don't have any insiders or insider info here, but I know people really want to feel like Activision cares about them or their old games or something. Guys, they don't. They don't even care about Modern Warfare 2. That's why they're not touching it. Anyways, there you guys have it. That's been the biggest conspiracy theory going around as of lately. And like I said, I don't see a world where this makes even an ounce of sense for Activision or Infinity Ward, Treyarch, anyone over there at Call of Duty. This just doesn't make any sense to do on their part. Like I said earlier, if it was another gaming company like Nintendo, Tencent, or even EA, if you told me that they paid people to just sit around and cheat on Call of Duty all day and, just essentially try to piss everyone off, I still think that's not really possible or profitable. It just doesn't make sense again. I guess I could kind of see that again, not really, but if you want to make that claim, I'll at least hear you out, But to say that Activision is essentially competing within themselves, that, I don't know, dude, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Along with, why are they killing big streamers when they could just be crapping all over everyone and just pissing everyone off, Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate your guys' support as of lately. You guys have been absolutely killing it, so thank you so much for that. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it today. I'll catch you all next time. Have a great rest of your day. Later.